Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. This weekly energy reading is from August 2nd to the 9th, and today starts the quiet before the storm. It is the let's find your seats before this eclipse season begins. Someone on or around you might get very theatrical in the next few weeks. The eclipse season actually starts now for a whole month, basically. So the moon begins in Aries, and then it's going to move into Taurus on Wednesday. And on Monday, we have Chiron, and it's perched on the doorsteps of Taurus, offering the pilot episode to a 7-year long show. It brings both the wound, the medicine, and a natural world. Chiron retrogrades back into Aries for a closing, and that ends on September 17th. The noise will get very loud from now until the 5th of Wednesday, 1 week out from our first eclipse. This is when you may feel areas of your life starting to change or in need of a change. So expect to hit a wall in some areas of your life, something has to give, and trust me, it will. Thursday, Venus enters Libra and harmonizes with Saturn. And then Mercury is going to be in post shadow. Venus then leaves Virgo, comes home to Libra. So Venus doesn't like to be in Virgo. And when Venus steps into Libra, it's for that planet, it's like an exhale. So this is going to mark improvement for our ability to experience pleasure. And then just also smooth things over in your life. The sun will be in Leo and Saturn will be in Aries. That aligns both purpose and discipline to push through tasks and to start making real progress. Meanwhile, the drama of the Mercury retrograde brings us to new territories because we have now fully processed everything that we have learned. The vibes of the weekend are going to be casual and fun, laid back, because the moon's going to be in Gemini. So you're going to get the right mix of activity and chill. It's a great time to start creative projects during the weekend. When we go into this eclipse season, be prepared for something to get literally eclipsed out of your life for good and without warning. This season comes with a twist though, because it focuses on the Virgo and Pisces axis and of the Aries and Libra cycle. So cusps. This is like the cusp eclipse. And eclipses are known for their karmic powers, like a cosmic game changer, sudden shifts into fate, eye-opening insights that come with karmic lessons, and lunar nodes of fate, which are notoriously unpredictable until you experience it. So stay open to whatever revelations or insights that you get, because they are going to come your way. This will be very transformative because how this year started is going to bring you right back to March of this year. It will stir emotions, intuition, pushing you to release past versions of yourself that no longer fit your evolving path. So you are going to face challenges, and maybe it might be a result of something that happened many lifetimes of relying too much on structure or being too rigid instead of embracing life's natural ebb and flow of things. If you've been seeking approval from outside sources without recognizing the power you hold within, you are going to be in for a huge awakening and a very bumpy ride. Let go of overthinking and open yourself to the beauty of the present in each and every moment. This will teach you to take a stand for whatever your higher self truly desires. This is also going to bring major self-awareness, and this self-awareness is going to come to the forefront, whether you like it or not. And for many, the fear of choosing wrongly held you back. Many people don't like to make choices, so they will just sit and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go with the flow. Well, guess what? That's gonna come forward, and you're gonna be forced to reckon with it, let's say that. You're going to find balance and gaining or stepping into your power. So if you did that back in March of this year, you're going to find that last piece of clarity so that you can move forward. And choosing to lead with your higher self. Those who did not do that back in March will burn from the choices that they made. But yet, they have a final test of, are you going to choose correctly now or no? Do you want to re-loop and burn with the karmic lesson again? Only this time, it's going to close with a twist. And you don't see this one coming. Look at it as cusp lines, okay? The in-betweens. Aries and Libra, what's that about? Action and balance. Aries is the planet of war. Libra comes in with justice and balance. Or this also means you may be, perhaps it's a balance to a war or a justice to someone else's actions. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, if whatever you have done to someone, you're either going to get it back tenfold, or whatever was taken from you, you're finally going to get your justice. This is air meets fire. Then you have Virgo and Pisces. Earth meets water. So you got all four elements combined. And Virgo and Pisces is about material and emotional, tangible and fantasy. Okay? So if you've been living in an illusion, living a lie, the truth is going to come out. Because Libra is in play, and Libra is an air sign. Then you got Aries. Maybe someone tells the truth. Aries, if you're, Aries is the planet of war. They may not like that truth. Virgo, material, it's earth energy. They like order and they like structure. Pisces, not so much. So, anyways, we are going to have the mixture of all four elements, which is going to make this a very, very interesting eclipse season. So many of you, especially air signs and fire signs, are going to be gaining back everything that was taken from you. Others are going to be burning with the choices that you made that caused the pain to others. So this eclipse season has 3 planets in retrograde. So this hits the foundations of life for the signs of Aries, Libras, Cancers, and Capricorns. And it hits the inner worlds of Taurus, Scorpios, Leos, and Aquariuses. Then it hits connections and adaptation for Geminis, Virgos, Saggies, and Pisces. So the eclipse is going to get hit hardest for Virgos, Pisces, Aries, and Libras. My word of advice is do not resist change. Do not fear transformation. You're not being destroyed. You're being compelled to build something real and solid. No more fake and phony. This is about stepping into your higher self, your life purpose, and gaining back power and control. Pay attention to where you have been placing your energy, where you're leaking energy, stuff like that. Jesus said that when someone lies, they speak the language of their father. Now, I want you to really hear that. Jesus said when someone lies, they speak the language of their father. God is truth. His followers tell the truth. They speak truth. The devils, I'm going to plural that because I've been doing a lot of research lately and I'm realizing that there is not one, there's many, is a liar. His followers all lie. Jesus did not argue with Judas. He sat down and he let him lie. He had trust that the truth would be revealed. In the Bible, Satan admits that there are some people that he cannot touch. Satan himself said, I cannot touch Job without permission. And he did say that in Job 1:10. 10, okay? He is not all powerful. He is on a leash. If God has a hedge around you, no enemy can cross it. So today, despite of everything that's been going on in the world and in our own personal lives, so today we are going to declare and decree that the earth is the most high. It's the most highs, and everything that is in it. Therefore, I or we reject the lies, the scarcity that it controls, every strategy of destruction, waste, theft, confusion, delay, fraud, compulsive actions, impulsive decisions, debts, and financial losses, every attempt to steal the peace of ourselves, God, or our loved ones. And I declare that I will not be controlled by anxiety, depression, or any forms of abuse or manipulation. I will not be a slave to debts or lack of planning, or from every door that Satan has found open through disobedience, sexual perversion, negligence, and disorganization. Everything that was placed in my hands will be multiplied so that I may have life abundantly in the name of Jesus, so that God's will be done, and so it is. Remember, God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. And you can read that on 2 Timothy 1:7. Remember, we're in eclipse season, so pay attention. Definitely pay attention. You are going to see a lot of signs, symbols, synchronicities. He speaks more often than you think, okay? In Job 33:29-33, behold, God does all these things twice, 3 times, with a man to bring back his soul from the pit, that he may be lighted with the light of light. What do you think's happening during the eclipse season? The light goes out. Pay attention. Oh, Job, listen to me. Be silent, and I will speak. If you have any words, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify you. And if not, listen to me and be silent. I will teach you wisdom. When the light goes out, you will find your wisdom, right? That's what he does when he puts you in isolation. When you think you're not worthy, sometimes you're just being rebuilt. When you get rejection, you're being reforged. Rejection is God's protection, right? So what do you think this is all happening for? There is a purpose to this, and if you pay attention, he will teach you wisdom. Sunday begins the first wave of ascensions. Expect ringing in the ears, teeth vibrating, headaches, resting, or having extra energy. I've been experiencing all of that. I'm actually sitting here vibrating in my chair as I'm recording this on Sunday. Excuse me. I'm also being told that I have to tell you guys this. So with everything that's been going on in the world, our water is about to be contaminated, okay? We're getting signs of it. It probably already is. And we're just now, if we are hearing it, it probably already is, if it's not already. So I've been doing some research, and I've realized, I was talking to my son about this. I started reading the book of Enoch. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, that book is not, it's mystical, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about it. The thing about it is history has never repeated itself. I mean, history always repeats itself. And if you go back to that book, everything that happened in that book, it's already happened. It already took place. So has everything in the Bible. So, everything in the book of Enoch literally has already happened, which has already happened in all the Bible scriptures. So, at the end of the day, what I'm learning is history keeps repeating itself. So, back before Noah built the ark, they were taking away precious metals, copper, for instance, and replacing the precious metals with tin. What are they doing now? Getting rid of copper pennies. Copper pipes are kind of hit and miss. You don't see those anymore. And what is so significant about copper? Copper actually cleans and purifies water. So, with everything that's going on in the world, invest yourself in a little 32-ounce jug of copper. Copper jug. They used to make them, you know, back in the day. They still make them. You can get them on Amazon for like 10, 15 bucks. You can go to Walmart and get a copper mule set, you know, for what, 20 bucks? 4 cups. Anyways, pour water in copper. Let the water sit for 8 hours in your fridge. Then drink it. Basically, copper heals your body, and it gives you an energetic vibration of healing and clearing. So why do you think copper pennies are leaving circulation? Why copper pipes are almost no more? Because copper is a healing and purifying agent. And most of us humans, we are actually copper deficient. So a copper container of water sitting in your fridge for 8 hours will heal you in more ways than anyone will ever tell you. You don't even, and with everything that's going on, do not fear and do not hoard during these hardships that's actually going to come before us. You're literally supposed to just have trust and faith, but ask for wisdom in this time, and maybe just for fun, invest in a copper water jug. You know, you don't have to take my word for it, but copper does heal, and with everything going on in the world, that's something a lot of people, you know, some people have been talking about it, but a lot of people are actually trying to keep it to themselves. Why? Because they want to continue for its population control at the end of the day. If you believe that you're sick, you're sick. You know, like I was telling my son today, there is so much power within people's words that they do not understand. And I had a lesson of it in the last week, actually, in front of my kid, which is funny. So just remember, a difficult path still contains movement, even when progress is slow. But this is also where people get trapped. So be careful of that. A finished path requires nothing. So, this week, ask yourself, are you wasting your time, money, and energy on something? Are you afraid of the truth? Remember, do not fear. Many of you will stop carrying something that is not yours this week. The choice you make now will carry far more meaning later down the road. And then people will start to change directions starting now. So before, during, and after the eclipse season ends. Because fate is meeting with this eclipse season. So you got a lot of divine intervention at play. And a lot of energy going on. You've got a lot of crosses with a lot of planets and zodiac signs. So again, this is going to get theatrical. Anyways, let's start off with a advice card for this week. Let's start off with an advice card this week. What do we need to know to start off this week? God, angels, universe, and spirits. What do we need to know to start this week off? Overall, I feel like this is going to be a good week. Many of you might get an opportunity. It's almost like you're going to be switching spots with someone. You're not going to know that the opportunity is there. It's not going to come as a surprise, but it's almost like you're switching spots with someone because there's an opportunity that's coming, but you're not going to see it. It's kind of weird. I'm also getting something about someone trying to destiny swap. I don't even believe in that, but someone's trying to take your place. Just remember, they don't compete where they don't compare. You are being asked this week for bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear. which is understandable. But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter once you make it. So many of you will be forced to make a decision this week. Remember, the choices you make will carry a very, I can't speak, rebuke and cancel. The choices you make are going to carry a meaning later down the road. It's time to get lost, fall deep into the realm of imagination. Maybe put that idea or creative spark to the test. Someone also might try to get you to not speak, like try to silence you. Someone doesn't want you to speak the truth. Anyways, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are literally opening up. So that's good. Family sorrow, somebody's family tree. Going to be some sadness in some families, but there will be a successful outcome to your problem. You also might be getting a key to a new house. Elephant, some of you might be on a long journey, either physical or mental, but it will leave you wiser at the end. Especially some of those that are dealing with your Saturn returns. Ooh, you are going to be on a mental or physical journey now until December. Something important such as a new job or role is coming in. And just remember, hidden secrets can and will harm you. Bottom of the deck, purse, pay attention to your finances. Somebody is pocket watching you. Pay attention to animals this week. Animals and bugs have been acting a little different. We got a cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back to I can't say that word. Equilibrium. And then you got Roadrunner. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. It's very bizarre that this card came up and the meaning behind it, because me and my son were talking out on the patio today about how the birds and the bugs and the insects are a little out of balance. Like everybody's thrown off. Confusion is all around everybody right now, which is kind of odd considering Neptune's in retrograde. Like we were sitting there and a bug literally hit the house. Not the window, but the house. And I was telling him, I know, and I told him, he goes, why has everything been just so off lately? And I actually told him, I said, I actually have an answer for that. I learned that the new moon is supposed to be at the beginning of each month. So if you look on our calendars, new moons typically are in the middle of the month. So if there are 364 days in a year, some months are supposed to have 30, some are supposed to have 28, but yet each month is supposed to be beginning on a new moon lunar cycle, which would make sense. All I'm saying is he who controls time controls it all, right? And who is he? So if everything's a little off, now that I said that, you guys are going to start seeing it for yourselves. Everybody is a little off because you're not in balance or in tune with the universe. So that's why they say try to get in tune with the universe. When you get closer to God, that's when the devil shows up. So they don't want you to be aligned with the Most High. Because God created the new moon to start the beginning of each month. Anyways, what do I know? Anyways, what do we need to know? Let's move forward. Something, just if things start falling apart this month, let it fall apart. It was meant to fall apart. Yep, don't fight the process. Definitely don't fight. Try not to fight with others. Judgment calls have been made. You are going to have a choice this week. But when you make this choice, someone's choosing not to sever ties, and someone's also choosing to tell the truth. That is the sword of truth. Someone is choosing to, maybe to seek truth, to tell the truth, but whatever it is, they're choosing not to sever ties. And because they have not severed ties, it is making them force and put them in their feelings. Truth is always puts people in their feelings. Lies take a lot of work, but the truth is always there. They're in their feelings because they want to reconcile. Offering a cup of love, the Ace of Cups. And they are moving forward with this. So, don't be surprised if a past person comes in speaking some truth, choosing not to sever ties, but also choosing to reconcile a situation. And when they come in, they're coming in with passion and force, but a good force. Yeah. They're coming in, they are planning this. They're coming in with heartfelt communication. They're doing it right, actually. They are not coming in causing any type of injustice. See? King of Swords. Speaking the truth. This is my spiritual warrior. And because he's doing this, you will be protected. So King of Swords are typically air sign energies. Don't have to be. Just a man coming in, telling the truth. You will be protected if you do this. It's also going to bring you great, great happiness. Okay? Happiness and stability. Some of you are going to be very happy because you're going to get a stable offer and you're going to see something very, very clearly. Like the fog lifts over you. Some of you might be getting a stable offer, but what you're clearly seeing, it's almost like you got to make a choice. So it's going to cost you. You got to have a stable life, you have to let go of something. Losing something you can't get back. Probably something from your past. Probably walking away from family, friends, groups, situations. It was destined to fade, and you will not be brokenhearted. Bottom of the deck is the Devil. Maybe you're walking away from some sort of an addiction problem. Drinking. Anything can be addictions. Some sort of toxic situation. The Page of Pentacles shows up, so this is somebody's child. Oh. Maybe your kid, someone took advantage of your child. Oh. For those who took advantage of children, God is sending in help and reinforcements. Someone also might want to apologize for wasting your time, money, and resources. And God is forcing them to do that. God wants people's help. You may need to forgive someone for a wrongdoing. The moment you forgive someone for a wrongdoing, they lose control of themselves in the situation. You're going to see someone flip out. Theatrical. He knew it wasn't fair, some sort of imbalance. At whatever cost, it made someone's freaking out because someone does have the Ten of Cups. Someone might want to be forgiven, but it's a little too late. And someone already has the Ten of Cups. This is a happy family. Someone could be freaking out because maybe they thought they had a Ten of Cups, like a happy family. Ten of Cups is, look, see? That's having emotional fulfillment, happy life, happy wife, happy family. It's a mom, dad holding a kid in water. Someone's freaking out because maybe the truth is they don't have it. They thought they did. They were living in an illusion. Some of you females out there, if you are in the Nine of Pentacles energy, you're stable, you're doing shit on your own, got your shit together. You are being divinely guided to something. Some sort of written communication, so watch out for texts and emails. If you're the Queen of Wands, if you are a Queen of Wands, that's fire sign energy, doesn't have to be. If you resonate with the Queen of Wands, you're a little sassy, you're going to be walking away from something from your past. And you need to make it a priority. I feel like the moment I just said that, you knew exactly. Whoever I'm talking to, it's like, you know exactly. I just gave you confirmations, basically what I'm saying. If you are this Queen of Cups, typically I call these my earth sign energies. You're loving and kind. Somebody wants to work together with you. You don't see this coming. You're actually paying attention to yourself. You're focused on yourself at this time. Somebody literally wants to work together with you. You have the Three of Pentacles. It is part of a soul contract. You might actually get married. Someone's trying to stop this, but the bad news is you are going to get justice for a third-party situation as well. You don't even know it. That's the funny part. You have no idea what's going on, but you're about to get justice for things that were going on behind your back. Let's just say that. If you are the Queen of Swords, earth sign energy, don't have to be. My little spiritual warriors, you are going to be telling someone the truth because this person's in his ego. This is a manipulator, an abuser, and he knows he is. Did you just speak some truth to this person? Could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. And because of that, he ain't putting any work and effort into you. He also might lose his job. Just keep speaking your truth. Or sever ties with a fire sign. Because he ain't gonna put no work and effort in anyways. Queen of Pentacles. If you resonate with the Queen of Pentacles, you are getting your wish fulfillment. But when you get it, don't tell anybody. Knight of Swords. Air sign energy, don't have to be. Whoever is planning on traveling. Yeah, it's time for you to literally pack your bags and move away from a toxic situation. Clear your head. And the moment you do, I actually see you traveling towards your wish fulfillment. It's another person. And as you do this, you will receive the Ten of Pentacles. It's because you're leaving behind a karmic or toxic situation, but you're heading straight, like you're traveling. I do see this as a long distance travel. You're heading right to your Ten of Pentacles. And she knew. She knows, you know. It's a divine union, a face-to-face talk, and a brand new beginning. Could be a brand new beginning in marriage, a soul contract, but it's definitely the both of you returning back to companionship and financial stability. Why? Because the Knight of Swords was immature and had to hit rock bottom. Major betrayal. He didn't know, he didn't see it coming. He wasn't struggling, but it's to bring growth. It's to help this person let go of the past, grow up, stop playing games. Why? Because all the secrets came out. Look how that happens. If you are an Empress, I'm going to tell you this right now. Anybody that is the Knight of Cups, planning on coming into breadcrumb and Empress, you will be denied. She ain't going to even look your way. But if you are an Empress, your name has been cleared by the Most High, by the Divine. Someone is trying to come and breadcrumb you. You also have a Knight of a Knight of a King of Pentacles. Maybe this person did some growth, some soul searching. But this King of Pentacles also is completing a cycle. Maybe that's why I keep wanting to call him a Knight. It's time to grow up. Yeah, he's ending it with a third-party situation, completing a cycle. If you are an Emperor, or a King of Cups, water sign energy doesn't have to be. You are being asked to rest at this time because you're going to be putting a lot of work and effort in, releasing yourself from some kind of heavy burden. And you're not going to be able to move forward until you release yourself. You might be undergoing a spiritual awakening, or, I hate to say it, someone in your family might die. It's karmic. What goes around comes around. A lot of people might receive karma for living in the Four of Pentacles energy. This is hoarding, holding on to money in the past, Meisner energy. You're going to be forced to heal. Yes, they were wearing masks. Yes, they manifested this. And yes, you will be forced into some sort of healing. Or some of you might be healing because you were dealing with someone that was holding on to the past, being a miser, keeping their finances from you. You might be healing from that type of relationship. That person was wearing a mask. What else can we get from the herb? I just bought this new deck. They call it Urban Truth Tarot. But I liked it for the colors. Look, pretty neat. Reminded me of the 90s, 80s and 90s. Many of you might be getting a money mindset shift. Your beliefs about abundance are evolving. So you need to trust yourself to create more. Your value attracts resources. So many of you need to change your way of thinking when it comes to money. Glamour rising. You're stepping into your shine. Your confidence radiates outward. People are noticing your glow. The more you shift your perception, the more you shift your energy, the more you raise your vibrations higher, people are going to notice. All the little demons are going to notice. All the, people on your vibration, they're all going to notice. Everyone's going to notice. Everyone can see it. Energy speaks before words ever could or do. But anyways, this is all I have for you guys. This is kind of a short reading, I guess. That's all I got. Let's end this beautiful reading with a Katie Moonstone Tarot card. What do we need to do to end this beautiful reading? Ooh, the divide, Earth's dark fairy tale. As you look around, there are a plethora of issues that have divided the world and us as a collective. There are times when the divide is more apparent and more intense. Naturally, people will resist that which they do not understand. Many who experience a lot of confusion are usually fighting with themselves. Nothing can stop the inevitable. The divide is all an illusion. Continue to search for knowledge and remove yourself from the old energies of the doom and gloom. This card is for those in search of answers. Look into the past. That's what I've been doing. Look into the past, look at the patterns or the cycles that keep reoccurring in your life. I've been trying to do something more on a worldly, so I've been looking at the past as a worldly experience. Many do not know the true history of those who have walked the earth before us. The powers of the world manipulated these stories to gain power, money, status, and control of those who do not want to search for the truth. There is reasons why everything happens in your life. Nothing is by chance. If you are being attacked at this time, the answer may lie within your ancestral background. Mother Earth has many hidden dark fairy tales, and so do the many souls who have walked this earth. It's time to uncover these dark fairy tales and bring them to the light to be healed and cleared once and for all. Remember, Earth is a school, and things will always repeat or resurface itself until the lesson is learned. Sometimes things will resurface once you learn the lesson so that you can gain a different perspective of that very lesson. Learn from the past, live in the present, and believe in the future. This will help you to internalize and integrate your lessons. This is all I have for you. Good luck, take care of yourselves, and until we meet again, namaste.